At this place in history, we're in Peacham with Steve Perkins, the executive director of the Vermont Historical Society. Steve, to be exact, we're at the Peacham Historical Association Archives and Research Center. So what within the ARC, as they call it here, brings us here?
Well, Mike, a few years ago, the Vermont Historical Society, our organization, gave the Peacham Historical Association an award for a really great book. It's Peacham Through 100 Objects, stored here and in their museum next door. So I thought we would come and talk to Steve Gallinet, who's their president. You've pulled a few objects from the collection that we find in this book, and one is right in front of us. What can you tell us about this?
This is really a unique thing, and my story that has to do with this is called the Cowl Map. And this map was drawn freehand by a gentleman when he was in his 90s. He had moved to California during the gold rush, and he had information about the town, and we needed it. And so he hand drew what the village looked like and the lay of the land, wrote notes pertaining to all the property. Now, why this is special to me, though, is that for a while my son was the town clerk, and he called one day and said, "There's a map. Where is it? It used to be on the wall over here." And he said that it's now in the Historical Society, and we really need it. We got two lawyers here that are fighting over something. Can you find it? The attorneys saw it, and like in 2 minutes, they said, "Okay, we're done here. We're all set." And they left. They were ready to go to court over some issue. Another item that we have is from World War I. And I had the opportunity to play Jim Quimby as one of our ghost characters one year. And this is his overcoat. He lived in town, had his daughter-in-law became the town clerk over at the time.
Can you tell us a bit about some of your programs and assets?
Well, our programs that we have, every year we pick a theme, and we try to go with it for the whole summer. This year's theme is going to be Rags and Riches, the Haves and Have-Nots. At the top of the hill, we have a roller barn, which is like the only roller barn museum, I believe, in the state and maybe in the country. And during the winter, they used to roll the snow on the road so that the cutters could go along fast, and it was the only way that you could clear the roads.
We just saw one in Stowe, shooting a couple of installments that we just did at the Vermont Ski and Snowboard Museum. They had a very large one.
Yes, because we had one here.
I noticed also, Steve, this lovely research center itself is named after a Quimby. Yes. Speaking of Quimbys, any relation?
Yes, Lorna Quimby, daughter-in-law of Jim Quimby. And she was, for probably maybe 15 years, she was like the driving force of the Historical Society.
If people want to participate or visit, how do they do that?
The best way is to go out to our website on www.peachamhistorical.org, and in there you'll find an email address, and you'll find a real physical address if you want to.
Preserving Peacham's past in an award-winning book at this place in history.
Do you have a wet